Hello, it's me again. I'm back. Here to ramble on a little bit more. I hope my daughter finds this one. Yeah. I hope she finds it and hell watches it 2 or 3 times just to try to keep up with where my brain's going. I know it's hard. I'm ADD as hell. And I guess I'll start off here. My brain works. If I'm trying to tell you a story, picture, I'm trying to describe an image to you. I'm just trying to describe a picture. Okay, now, to me, I see this picture, and I'm trying to describe it to you as best I can. I've got this picture that I'm trying to paint in your mind what I'm seeing. Okay, you get me so far. This picture I'm trying to describe to you, to me, when you zoom in on that picture, you see another picture of kind of what I'm talking about, but it's a lot smaller. And the whole picture is made up of just pictures of what I'm talking about. I know you might have seen them. I don't know what in the heck they're called. They're like a collage. But you look at a picture of somebody, you zoom out a little bit, and then you see a whole bunch of pictures of that person, but they've all got a little bit different color. You zoom out more, and it's almost like all of those little pictures turn into pixels, and they're so small that you start seeing a bigger picture that you can only see because of all the different colors of the little pictures. I know you've seen them. I don't know what in the heck they're called. Anyways, that type of picture, that's how I try to describe stories to people. That's how I see them in my brain. When I'm trying to describe that big picture, to me, I feel like I have to zoom in and describe every one of those tiny pictures in detail so you can get the color of it, so that when I zoom out and you look at the big story again, you can put together all of those different colors in the smaller stories and see the bigger picture. I'm sorry I'm horrible at describing stuff to you. I mean, I'm sorry. I try. And I know it's annoying as hell because I feel like, or you feel like I'm not listening to you and my mind gets locked in. But I guess, to me, my brain's going so fast and in so many different directions. Well, I guess I feel like if you cut me off, I'll lose where I'm at and you won't get to see the bigger picture. I feel like when you cut in, it's like, wait, don't interrupt me, I'll lose where I'm at. It's like I've figured out this path in my head of how everything connects and the story makes perfect sense. In my brain, I can back up everything I'm saying with articles, with interviews, with whoever. In my brain, it all makes perfect sense at that point in time. Everything's connected. I can see the picture. So when I try to describe it to you, it's like I'm trying to get it out there as fast as I can before I lose it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I guess it's really hard to describe yourself to anybody. I've looked into Sigmund Freud. I thought at one time, maybe I need to see a psychologist. Maybe I need to get a counselor. But then the other part of me was like, well, how about instead of seeing a counselor, you just study psychology and learn what the counselor would know then you wouldn't have to see him because you'll know how to fix yourself. So I did. I'm really sorry I'm so emotional. I don't mean to be. I know it's going to be a huge video. It's going to take forever. And it'll take forever for it to upload, and then forever for you to download it to watch it. Hell, even if you're streaming it, it'll take forever. And I'm sorry for that, but I guess when you're honest with yourself, it brings out every emotion you've got. And I think part of that is that for the rest of my life, from birth until right now, I didn't know what I was supposed to think or do. I didn't know. I just knew that when I was little, if an animal got hurt, if something happened, I cried. And I got made fun of for crying. Maybe not, meanly made fun of. But I got picked on. I got heckled. And to me, I took it to heart. I took it to heart like, oh my, I'm not supposed to do that? Oh no. And that destroyed me because that's what I felt like I should be doing. The animal just died, it got hurt. Doesn't anybody else think that's sad? Everybody else would, laugh and say, oh, it's just a squirrel, or, wow, why are you worried about that? And to me, that was a big deal. That was something that was alive, that just died, and you don't give one flying fuck about it. So I guess it was even before I went to school that I realized everything was basically jacked. I knew that you can't do what's right, what your brain jumps to and tells you should do. You have to learn what you should do, because what's right and what's wrong doesn't matter in this world. It's what everybody has decided what is right and wrong. It's not what's truly right and wrong. Remember I told you that I thought my teacher should be the smartest person in the world? And she wasn't, which crushed me. It was the same way knowing that I had to watch how I act, or I had to watch my feelings. When you have to watch your feelings, that's like the innermost part of you. How do you watch your feelings? Other than to take meds or something to keep them in check. See, I've already went off on a tangent just telling you this story. My brain is all over the place, and I'm sorry for that. I don't know. Back to the psychology part. I did learn psychology in order to try to help myself, and I realized that today's modern psychology is only how one person understood it. That's it. It was just from Sigmund Freud's perspective. That's what every doctor is basically giving health or practicing health by, from one single person's perspective. One person's perspective, that makes no sense. Because when I look into human psychology, bless me, or bless you, wait, no, excuse me, yeah. Yeah, that was it, excuse me. When I look into psychology as a whole, I can see what Dr. Freud was talking about as the id. I can see what he's talking about as the superego and the ego. I can see what he's talking about. But the way he uses them makes no sense to me. The way he talks about it does not make sense to me at all. When he's talking about the id and the ego, to me, that's like your secret self and the you, the self that you want everybody to see you as. Like the person you are when you're alone in the middle of the woods and nobody's around. The person you are when you can just be whoever. That's like your secret self. That's you dancing when nobody's watching. That's you in the woods not caring about anything, just singing a song as loud as you can. That's your secret self. That's the one you don't let anybody else see because you're not sure if they'll accept that person. You're not sure if they'll still like that person. Then your ego, that's who you want everybody to think you are. That's like who I want you to think I am, or who I want myself to be viewed at work, or when you're in high school. That's, I'm the baddest. That's your ego. That's who you want people to think you are. It's kind of who you want to really be. It kind of is that way, I guess. That's who you really want to be. So that's who you want everybody to think you already are. That's your ego. And then you've got a little space that bounces in between the two, the superego, that's kind of doing what you want, but kind of making sure that it steers towards, what you want to be. It kind of keeps pushing you in the direction of what you think you want to be, but it lets the inner you still kind of have some fun. It's like a gatekeeper. I don't know how to describe it. I've looked into all of this stuff, and I've realized that even the IQ test itself, that's just looking at knowledge from one person's perspective. And that's a perspective that was devised 100 years ago. Maybe not that long, maybe only 80. But still, that was a person who didn't know what telephones were, who didn't know how to talk to a person in another country in real time using a translator. That was a person who didn't know half the stuff that we know now. He didn't know about ADD. He didn't know about autism. He didn't know how any of this worked. Come to think of it, nobody now really knows how any of this works. That's why I try to figure it out as best I can. It all started with me trying to figure out me. Well, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys another day. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video on the description. I might just say me rambling again. Me rambling again for Cameron. There we go. See ya.